Welcome to the Business for Aligned Women podcast. I'm Honey. I'm a coach working primarily with women and specializing in aligned business, personal transformation, and embodiment. Each week here I'll be sharing business strategy, business advice, tips and tools for you to think more deeply, for you to get more self-aligned, and for you to start your week in the most conscious and intentional way possible. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 apps that I love for business. I have used or currently use these apps in my own business, and where applicable, I suggest them to all of my clients. These are 3 apps that are going to make your life easier, your business more organized, and they are going to all buy you back quite a bit of time. They're really, really great for productivity and just getting a bit more time and a little bit more power back in your own week personally. Before we get into it, I want to invite you to the Magnetic Mastermind. This is happening in the whole month of September, and it is a 1-month-long group coaching container specifically looking at marketing, messaging, and how you are selling in your business. If the concept of selling is icky or weird to you, you absolutely need this container. You're going to come out of it feeling so clear and empowered and ready to sell. And selling is no longer going to be this kind of weird, foggy thing over there that you're ignoring, the elephant in the room. It's going to be something that you actually feel interested and excited. And as a lot of my clients speak to, refreshed. You'll feel refreshed and rejuvenated when it comes to selling in your business. It's a month-long container. It's a group container, but it is going to be very intimate. We have weekly sessions and you have weekly homework to do in between those sessions. And there is an opportunity to upgrade to include a one-off one-to-one session with me. That is the only way to access me in a one-off session. So if you've been wanting to work with me, or you know that my advice and being in a transformative, expansive container like that for your business is going to be really powerful, but you're not yet in a position to invest fully in one-to-one coaching, I highly suggest that you give this mastermind a go. It is billed at $444 Australian dollars, and it's the last time that I will be offering a container at this low price point. I offer a live container once a year, and from this point on, they will be priced quite a bit higher. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to send me a DM. I'm an absolute open book on this. If you're wondering if it's right for you or what you can get out of it, please feel free to reach out. There will be a link in the show notes to join our mastermind. It's going to be women only, beautiful, powerful, really, really enlightening experience. Let's talk about these 3 apps. Before I get into it, if you're like, shut up, I can't be bothered, I've got no time, and you just want those apps, go to my show notes and they will be each linked there. These 3 apps, what they do, and the link directly to them. Those links are supportive of me and my business. So if you're thinking, yes, I need this app, or I want to use it, and you want to support me or thank me for suggesting it to you, just signing up by that link is really helpful. And in some of them, you actually get a discount by using that link. All right. The first one is the content scheduling app that I have used for 3 or 4 years, a really long time. It's something that I have paid for every single month for that whole period, because it's just the best that's out there. There are so many scheduling apps. If you have Canva Pro, you can actually schedule a lot of your content through that, but most of them are not as user-friendly or easy to manage. Most of them don't have every single platform in one web page or one app or one space. So the one that I use is called Later, Later app. And from there, you could schedule multiple businesses, and you can also schedule multiple platforms for one business. On mine, I have my TikTok, my Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn. I think that's it. They have Twitter. I think they'll probably pop threads on there at some point in time. But having all of those in the one space means that you can drop and drag and copy and paste so that you're not kind of going through the different apps. One super simple example of that is I often create tiles for the podcast and I post them to my Instagram. I literally drop and drag them to be on my Pinterest as well. And it takes like less than 2, maybe 3 seconds to do it. And then I've purposefully repurposed content across platforms rather feeling like I need to create something specific for Pinterest. And that's just one way that you might use that, but there are so many ways. For instance, LinkedIn, it's not something that I check. It's not something that I'm active on. But having that little icon in my scheduling app is going to remind me, hey, you need to put something on LinkedIn. So whenever I post something to Instagram or Pinterest or Facebook that is relevant to a LinkedIn audience, I will just copy and paste it over there as well. That is Later, and that is the scheduling app that I have used for many, many, many years, and I suggest it to all of my clients. And recently I actually had a UX designer. So that's someone who's designing the interfaces and making sure that websites and apps are really functional in how we interact with them. And they make it the easiest for people to interact and to convert on them. And she looked at a couple of cheaper options for scheduling. And then she looked at Later and she was like, no, this is the best one. So that is an expert opinion. I think I pay $19 a month for Later. All right. The second app is something that I absolutely love. It is part of the content strategy that I use for everyone. It is part of the content strategy that I include in my Instagram strategy workshop, and it's called Repurpose. And this is actually an AI tool that can repurpose your content across different platforms. And I believe the link in the show notes does get you a discount. So make sure you try that link first. But again, this is multiple platforms on one website. And there are so many platforms that I don't use. But the ones that I do use are Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and you can also schedule it to go automatically podcast to a transcription tool. Now, I don't use that because I actually use a transcription tool in my editing process. But one way that you could use that is if you did a podcast, you could automatically send it to a transcription tool. That transcription tool pops out a PDF, and that then becomes a blog that you literally just edit the text and then you just copy and paste that onto your blog. This app is like the biggest time giver that there is out there. There's nothing that is going to give you more time than this. And yes, of course, I repurpose all of my TikTok videos to my Instagram. There is an option to do this automatically or manually. And when you do it manually, you can schedule the days that it goes on. So for instance, maybe you do 15 TikTok videos, but you only want 5 to be on your Instagram because you don't want Instagram to think that you're spamming reels. So maybe on a Friday, you open up the Repurpose app and you manually schedule the 5 that you want to go from TikTok to Instagram. So they've already been posted on TikTok, but you schedule them to go over to Instagram. I don't do that because it's just easier for me. The benefit outweighs the issues with it. One issue would be if you're doing that, there's no reason for people to cross follow you. If they follow you on TikTok and then the exact same content's on Instagram, why would they follow either side? But the easy way to solve that is that you have some extra stuff on the other platforms. For instance, on TikTok, I have all of my carousel posts and my static posts, and those are hugely high value, and they are some of my most saved content on TikTok. They don't exist on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, yeah, you're getting all my videos, but you're not getting those really, really high value carousel posts that have little dot points of things that you could start to look at or advice in your business or in your personal life. I recently did one on comparison and people are absolutely loving it. That is Repurpose app. And there is a link in the show notes to get a little discount on that one. The very last one is a little bit more niche and not appropriate for every business, but if it is appropriate for your business, it's something that can be very, very powerful. I specifically like this app if you have a membership, or if you have any container or immersion where lots of people are signing up, but they're not talking to you one-to-one. And it's called, I'm not sure if it's Buongiorno or Bonjoro. I think it's Bonjoro, but I always call it Buongiorno. This is a video messaging app. Basically what it is, it's kind of hard to explain, but I'll talk you through what I used to do when I used to have a membership. Someone signs up to your membership and you can set up a trigger in Zapier to automate this, or you could just manually copy and paste their email over from their sign up email. And you then create a trigger in the app to remind you that you need to send them a video. And you can also set up templates so that the video, maybe the email that the video has or comes with, has particular links. For instance, if you sign up to my membership, I would set, this trigger would be set up. I would automatically get a notification in Bonjoro that Lacey has signed up for the membership. I need to send her a welcome message. The next time I'm sitting at my computer or I have my phone and I have a few minutes, I open it up and I record a 30 to 60-second message, which is personalized and specific to Lacey. Thank you so much for signing up, really graciously thanking them, maybe giving them a little bit of a reminder of what they are going to get out of the experience. Also reminding them, check your email. These are the things that you're going to be emailed. And also asking them, what are your reasons for signing up to this? What are you hoping to get out of it? What are your intentions for being in this space? And then they can respond to me and tell me their reasons for being there. And this does quite a few things at once. It establishes a personal connection. So they know that you care about them and they know that you're not like a kind of like a figure in the dark somewhere over there. You've actually connected one-to-one and you're having a one-to-one conversation. So it really makes them feel like they're more in the fold, and you also are going to feel more connected to them when they respond, if they do. And if they tell you their intentions, not only does that solidify for them, this is why I'm here, it gives them a reminder, this is what I want to get out of this. So I'm a bit more invested now. I'm more invested because I've just got a personalized message. I'm not being ignored. This is a one-to-one connection. And I've just shared out loud to the person running this space what I want to get out of it. And then double whammy, you then are starting to collect data on what people want out of your service. Maybe everyone's asking, oh, I want this practice, but you don't have that practice. Now you need to include it next month. That is a beautiful app as well, especially for memberships. I could see it also, something that I could use it in my business is onboarding when a client signs up for coaching. I don't use it right now just because I only take 6 people a quarter, but it's definitely something that I could see myself using in other ways in the future. I know that it could seem like it's being a tactic to send a personal message like that. And it is definitely intentional. It's definitely strategic. But every time I've done that, people have mostly responded and said, oh my God, I'm so grateful that you took out the time to personally welcome me. And it just makes both of us feel really good. It's definitely something that I suggest. Those are 3 apps that I love for business that I have used and use in my business. There's so many more, so I'll probably do this as a part 1. And if this has been helpful to you, check out the apps in the show notes, check out the discounts that you get. And if you start using these apps and you love them, please send me a DM. I'd love to hear what other people feel about these apps, because all of my clients absolutely are blown away by them. And if it has given you any benefit, please leave a review and leave a 5-star rating. And I hope that you are following me on Instagram at Honey Bashan Coaching. And if you're following on Instagram but not on TikTok, please jump on to @honeybashan.com on TikTok. And that's where you'll find all those extra goodies there that I don't share to Instagram. All right, good luck. set all of these up, have a wonderful time, and enjoy that time that you're getting back from using these apps.